Hello, my name is Gabe the Babe.
Otherwise known as Ellie.
Ellie Presco.
I am Nina Arnone.
Yeah, you are. And welcome to Office Hours.
Smoke weed every day.
Your hair looks purple. Is it purple?
No, it's red still.
Oh.
I haven't done anything
Nice.
to it. Although I am going to do something drastic to it in like the coming weeks.
What? What are you doing?
I'm going to go pink. I'm going to do, yeah. I'm going to be as like, I'm going to say to Luke, the only person that I will see who's not your sister.
Yeah.
Who was cleared by your sister as a good person to see when you can't see her.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell him like as light as you can get me without totally killing the hair.
Do you want like pink or like a strawberry pink?
I want
like your microphone?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I want to be light, but in a really fun way. I wouldn't say I'm back on fantasy colors to like the extent that I was in college, where I was like changing the color every like month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
But I am like, you know what? I'm gonna be 26. I want to do something fun.
Yeah. Do something crazy.
I'm only young, you know? Anyway.
Only young once.
Only young once.
Is that phrase?
Yes. Anyway, welcome back to Office Hours. Thank you so much for bearing with honestly only me. Arnone's been on her shit. I've been the mess.
You've just had a lot going on.
I've had a lot going on. And I moved for one. Hello.
She's in a new space.
I'm in the office. I keep saying my office, and I keep saying my office in front of my partner, even though we share the space.
And he's like, okay, rude.
He's like, Freudian slip. But yeah, I love it here. It's so nice. I have a candle lit.
Cute.
It's honestly, it's only about, but it's like 300 more square feet than my original apartment. It's not like it's double the size of my old apartment.
Original apartment is in the last one you were in, or the one we were in together?
Yeah. Oh, well, okay. The one that we were in together, we will simply never reach that level.
I was like, you have a bigger place than that?
No.
One with a dining room?
Absolutely not. No. Yeah, that's what he had, a fucking dining room. God. And the fact that I had the audacity to be sad and stressed during that time is just so crazy and ungrateful.
Rude of you.
It's really rude of me.
I have a dining room now, but I live in the South, so
it's different.
Affordable.
It's different. Yeah. I mean, listen, I still see it as like you worked for it. It's a luxurious item, but props to you. But it's different geographical times for you.
Yeah. I will say that this place, it was a lucky find for like how cheap the place is.
Yeah, I mean, the price from what you told me is very reasonable. And then for like how big it is, I'm like, holy shit.
No, that's why we're not in a rush to move. However, was like, the place was physically falling apart in some ways. Like the structure of the building
was
really
tough.
good. No, really good.
Oh, really good?
The structure of the building is really good. And
I guess I was thinking
basically
of when
soundproof.
You had to change units. I think that's what I'm thinking.
That was because of a fire.
You're right. Sorry.
That was a fire that did almost kill Kyle. And it's me to this day.
I shouldn't laugh at
banging
that.
on the door. No, I laugh at it, but I'm also like, sometimes I look at him and be like, you almost died that.
Yeah, I'm glad you're well.
Banging on the door, and the wall and the hallway is filled with smoke, and he's like, because he fell asleep.
Kyle,
and he was like napping. It was a Saturday, and I wasn't there, so he was like, I have nothing to do. I'll sleep.
He was having a Saturday siesta, and it almost ended it all.
And someone's like banging on the door for like 5 minutes, and finally he's like, okay. And the hallway is filled with smoke.
Oh my God.
Wow.
You have to get out. Kyle.
So we had to move units because of that.
Right.
But so the structure is really good.
Kyle had trauma.
Yeah, but also the water damage from the putting out the fire.
Right.
Also, I should note it wasn't a fire in our place. It was a fire in the unit above us. So
That's right.
but
Yeah.
it was like the structure of it's really good, but the I don't know, the stuff like the appliances and stuff in the unit are old and bad, and it really bothers me. Like I don't like it. But I mean, we signed for a year lease and it was cheaper, so we were kind of figuring out what to do. And also the place is huge and it's cheap,
Yeah.
so it was like pros and cons.
Yeah.
You know. But there's new owners and they're renovating, so we're gonna transfer to a new unit that they've renovated
Within the complex.
within the complex. Like they're not working on units that people live in, obviously.
I
But
will not.
but any unit that didn't have someone in there, they've renovated and they're working on one now that's the same as ours, like same size as ours.
Yeah.
And it's actually going to be cheaper.
Nice.
A little bit. And I asked, I like called her because I was like, why is it cheaper? And she's like, what do you mean? And I was like, I would imagine that like a renovated place would be a little more expensive, and I'd be okay with that because of how cheap it is. But I was like, why is it? And she said apparently the people before who owned the property did like prices per unit, and these new people are just having a set price, and so their set price is just a little bit cheap. It's like $50, but it's still cheaper.
Yeah. That'll add up quick.
Okay. Because I was like, why? And she was like, what do you mean? I was like, for obvious reasons, why is it less?
Yeah.
And she was like, oh.
Feel like that's important for me to inquire. Yeah.
So that'll be nice for us. Kyle's not excited to move again because he had to move everything himself last time. He was like,
technically moved twice last year, so
yeah. And he was like, as long as you help this time. I was like, because I wasn't there.
Yeah, as long as you're not enjoying your birthday while I'm moving us. Yeah.
He had to move all my books. I was like,
yeah.
This time.
I am glad that I'm like physically moved my books like here, but I think I've been moving, like unpacking is very difficult for me because I lose steam very fast, so I get overwhelmed.
Yeah, that's exhausting.
So I kept it's just like very it's mentally taxing, and also like trying to think of where things go is just super overwhelming. But I had 15 boxes of books. I had a lot of books. So earlier today, my partner was in like an efficiency wave, and he was like, do you care where the books go? Because if not, I'm just going to start shoving them in the shelves. And I was like, honestly, if you just do it for me, I can just
readjust.
Yeah, I can just, because I was color coding at my old place, which I may or may not do again. At first I said no, and then he like accidentally stacked the books in one of the shelves by our TV in a way that was color coded, and I was like, oh, that looks really nice. I might do that again. So it's it's possible. But yeah, I've just been putting up wall art. That's been like my thing.
Oh, that's fun though.
Which is fun for me. I like it. He doesn't like it, which is great because then I just get to do it. The only thing is I am like putting stuff in the office, and I have that Amy Winehouse print that I have that you fucking ruined for me. You said it looks like she's getting hit from the back. Do you remember that?
It does.
And it does. It really does.
I remember we were having such a serious conversation, and I kept looking behind you, and you were like, what? And I was like, I can't figure out what's happening. And in that poster, I was like, I'm sure I'm wrong. I have to be wrong.
I'm like, she's leaning against. So so it's a really wonderful artistic print of Amy Winehouse in a very brief moment in her life where she seems happy. And she's leaning against a wall, kind of like looking up, like laughing. And Arnone, whatever we were talking about, whatever mental health crisis, sexual assault, survival story I was bringing to the table, she was like, I'm so sorry, but just 180 degrees beyond you, it looks like Amy Winehouse is doing doggy style above your head.
I was like, what is this?
What is it? And I turned around because I was like, I don't see it at all. And the second my eyes met the print, I knew exactly what you were talking about. So now I'm like, I don't know what to do with it, because what if I have to get up in the middle of the night to pee and I walk by Amy, and not only does she scare me, but she makes me laugh because I'm like, get it, but like, I didn't know you were.
It's an even better print because you'll always get a little giggle every time you look at it. It looks
I know.
Someone's holding her neck.
I know. It looks like someone's holding her hair. It sucks.
No, it'll make you giggle now.
I know.
It is a great print. It is a great
I
print.
thought it was such a
But
wonderful moment of like.
so funny.
I know. My God.
Especially like right then, you can kind of tell it's a shadow, but when it's dark out, you can't tell.
There's no way to see.
It's the same like degree of darkness.
There's no way to tell. Exactly.
I think it's an even better print now because now
it
you
is
giggle every time you see it instead of feeling bad about Amy Winehouse.
Yeah, that's true. I'm like, well, she was happy and she got some. What the hell's going on?
Nothing changed. I don't know.
Arnoni's getting abducted by aliens.
I don't know.
It was suddenly just the brightest light.
All right. I've been working on my work wardrobe because all of my nice stuff are sweaters from living up north. So I've been working on getting stuff for work that isn't sweaters, obviously.
Right, for
sure. Spring and fall just kind of get skipped here. Like it just goes straight to summer.
Yeah.
It'll probably get up to like max 90 in August.
Yeah. I might recommend something for you if you're willing to hear it. So there's this website. It's a clothing place. It's called Quince. And their whole philosophy is selling clothes that are slow fashion, environmentally conscious, but at a very approachable price point with cotton sweaters. So it's very specifically for like work wardrobe.
Yeah, that's not so hot.
You'll enjoy a sweater, but it's 100% cotton. So it's like breathable and nice. And it's good for a lot of women who work in areas that are hot, but buildings that are very air conditioned.
Sometimes that happens. It's like it's so sporadic. What days are hot or cold in the office?
So I recommend Quince. I am gonna get some sweaters in the fall from there because I just can't do synthetic wool polyester blends anymore. But yeah, they do like a cotton sweater. I mean, it depends. The price ranges are kind of all over the place depending on where they're sourcing, but
that's fine. Maybe I can find like a deal. Like I'll just buy them when they're having like good sales.
They do bundles. They do like
good.
bundles of tops and things like that. So, but yeah, it's a good way to like look for things that aren't gonna like be an absurd amount of money, but are still like with the stuff that we want to value and focus on.
I've seen ads for them before. I didn't realize that was their whole like thing. That makes me want to buy their stuff more. Do they have bedding? Is that who I'm thinking?
They do. They have linen bedding.
Yeah, that's what I've seen for them.
Yeah.
But I'll have to look into them because I feel like I just need a few more tops.
Yeah,
my pants are fine, but it's the tops.
I've always been very pants prepared.
Yeah. I just got a bunch of stuff from American Eagle because they were having like a 30 to 70% off prepare for summer sale.
Nice.
So that was nice.
Yeah. I cannot buy any clothes for the next coming months because I have no idea what I'm gonna look like in a few months.
That is fair.
No clue. That's why I want to get like the cotton sweaters now for like just so that because it was like 70 yesterday and now the high was 50. Like it's just all over the place. I was like, I'd love to like enjoy a cotton sweater, but alas, I cannot because I have no idea what I am gonna look like in a few months. I'm going on Ozempic. I'm not gonna speak in code. Okay. At first I was thinking maybe I will, but yeah, you can
explain like why.
Yeah, it's for like my blood sugar, and helping regulate that, and also like it's very likely that I have PCOS. I'm seeing a specialist in addition to doing this to like confirm. And ironically enough, the shot is really good for those symptoms. Because it just of course the adjustment period is going to be brutal. Like it's going to be all the typical side effects that come with being on the shot that I hate, like nausea and vomiting. But
does a doctor have to
it's me. I do it.
Is it in your butt?
It's anywhere that is fat. So they recommend stomach, thighs, or butt. I will not be doing frankly, what is there to shoot there? So it'd be, it's like drilling into a concrete wall. So
my dad has to do that. My dad takes metformin for his diabetes.
Yeah. Well, so that's the other thing too, is where there's like now all these studies coming out about like links to like panic disorder, PCOS symptoms with how well you can break down blood sugar, and there's diabetes in my family and like thyroid things. And so,
this might be really good.
Yeah. And I mean, if it's not and it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. But yeah, so that's why I'm not buying any clothes, because one of the side effects, obviously, is you lose a lot of weight. So we will see.
Have you? We don't have to talk about this on the. You can cut it if you want. But have you talked to your psychiatrist?
I have.
About this? Is this going to mess with any of your medication?
Nope.
Okay, good. I knew you would.
Yeah.
I was telling Kyle about it to give him like an update about you, and obviously
he's like, "Babe's going on the shot."
Well, he's all like medicine background, so he's Googling stuff. Like as I'm reading the text, he's Googling and like trying to understand like why it's connected and why. And he was like, well, "What's it for?" I was like, "The blood sugar." And then he's reading about blood sugar and like all. So he wanted to make sure. He was like, "That could be good," and he was obviously concerned as well. And I told him, I was like, "I don't think there's any chance that Ellie would take this irresponsibly. No, it's just not who she is." Like I was like, I bet you she's already talked to her psychiatrist. It's not gonna like because all of the antidepressant and those kinds of medicines that you take, I think you would agree are more important.
Yeah, absolutely. No,
I mean, this could be part of those as well, but you know what I mean. Like that's
So no, the team knows. The team's aware. I talked to the elders. It's been cleared. So I mean, it's fair because, but I guess this kind of trains into another thing that I didn't know we were going to talk about today. My dosage of antidepressants got lowered for the first time in 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah, very small, just 25 milligram difference, but yeah, I just like really feel like I'm at a point in my life where I don't need to be on a dose that high. But I, to your point, like I'm like, what I don't know, and I'm not going to go rogue, like I used, like I'm not 15 to 17 anymore. I take my medication responsibly. And so I proposed it to the elders, and they were to the team. It's also my psychiatrist and therapist are former colleagues, so they're very friendly. That's good. That's nice. Really is like my team of girlies just helping me out, getting me through my life. I love it.
Hey girls,
love that. Yeah. This time, nothing bad to report. Actually, proposing that we maybe make a change for less, and they both were like, "Oh yeah, like you definitely should be."
They're like, "Yes, queen."
Yeah, exactly. It's just a feminist movement, all wrapped in a pretty medicine bow.
Yeah.
But yes, so another thing is because I will be on a lower dosage, there's less to affect, even if it would.
That's good.
So we will see. It'll be interesting.
I went to the gym today. How was that?
I did.
Today's the first day of the rest of Ellie's life.
Oh my god, yeah. It was good. It's a bouldering gym. So
fun.
Yeah, so they
have like that because it's more fun than just like
it is. That's exactly what happened. Yeah, I can only do the easiest level, and I had so much trouble with the easiest because the bouldering there's no harness. So and so luckily, I mean, my partner summarized this quite well. He was like, it's a mixture of strength and technique. And my partner has right now, because we're both new, almost only strength and a little bit of technique because he hasn't learned. Like, we didn't take any lessons. We're just kind of like basing it off of. So when he was doing the harder ones and like hanging off of them, like he was just kind of like, but only really doing it because he is a gym trainer and can like adjust his body in insane ways to like get to the top. Whereas I have neither strength nor technique, which has always kind of been my forte. It's kind of how I just like cruise through life, just like, blundering around like a child wearing a snowsuit. So I had no idea what to do. And then because I'm not elderly. I just like I'm at a point in my life where I'm like, okay, if I fall wrong, I'm gonna hurt myself. Like,
You're not at that point yet.
you know, no, but like
I
in a
mean,
way,
yeah, of
yes. Of
course.
like
But
it's
you're still young. You'll heal.
yes. I'm comparing it to like when I was a child and would like fall 30 feet when I snowboarded, and I would just kind of be like, I'm okay. Like
Yeah,
if I did
you
that
did it
now,
right.
I
But
would
you
be.
fell in the snow then.
That's true. That's true. But they did have like cushions, like
I was gonna imagine. I would
yeah,
imagine
yeah.
it
No,
would
no.
protect you.
It's
Like
actually
fall on the concrete.
it's lava actually that's beneath you. So it really I got to the top every time because the adrenaline kicked in. But the thing is like when I would get stuck and be like, okay, I'm not going to finish this. There was one particular one that I did where I looked down and I was my head was probably 8 feet from the ground, but with my beady little eyes, I was like, I can perform a lice check on my partner. This is unsafe distance to go. And bless him, I could tell he was getting a little impatient because then when I looked up, I was like, oh, that's mere inches from the ground. Why was I freaking out? But he was like, just let go, just fall. You'll be okay. And then I was like, he's like, then try and climb down. Like, I'll tell you where to put your feet. And I'm like, that won't work with me either. That's none of the solutions that you've given me are equating to let me teleport you back safely to the ground.
Let me climb up and carry you down.
Climb up and carry you, or let me call someone to transport you fucking 6 feet back.
Get the crane.
Yeah, get the crane.
Grab her.
Get the jaws of life to pry her from these little nubbins that she's like grasping on.
You're like,
I was like, because my eyes must have been going crazy because he was like, now you're thinking about it too much. now you're entering a domain that you can't get like return from. He's like, you have to either let go or climb down. You can't. Like you gotta do it right now. Yeah, he's like, if you continue to sit there thinking how high it is, you're gonna have a panic attack right then and there. And I was like,
it's happening.
Yeah, my hamster breath's coming in. I'm like, it was a disaster. And then I finally was like, just fucking let go and get over it. And I did, and I landed on the mat, and I was like, oh, that was fine. And he was like, I swear to fucking God. I was there for 5 minutes just like clinging onto it, and it was literally like maybe a 6 foot drop.
That's so funny.
The head's at the top of the body, so it looks way worse.
I mean, yeah.
But it was really fun. Like it just like I don't know, it's like jungle gym days, when you're a baby. And I have to be tricked into exercise. But yeah, it really was a lot of fun, and it did make me want to learn how to belay and all that stuff. And
well, she knows the terms.
Well, that's just when they like harness you up, where you're like in the harness and they like pull you up. That I just remember from 5th grade science with like pulley systems and wheels.
She's really into
no,
it.
No. let me shoot that down right quick. Remember the story I just told?
She's done her research.
Yeah. But the fun thing is they give you 2 guest passes per month for free. So I was like, oh my God, when our Noni visits, this would be such a fun thing to do.
Fun.
Yeah.
On my strength.
Yeah. So that's what I desperately need to do.
But so difficult. It's so difficult.
Well, it's also because
lady with weak arms.
Yeah.
Especially bouldering needs strong arms. I've been trying to get a pull up. I'm 6 months into trying to get a pull up.
Yeah. You did one though. That was good.
Gotten one chin up.
Yeah, that was good.
Which is like when your hands are this way, whereas a pull up is your hands can't get this at all.
Well, I know. I watched
my goal by the end of the year is 3 pull ups.
Yeah.
I'm nervous. I don't think it's happening.
Yeah. We did like strength training a little bit towards the end, and then he like did his own thing for like 5 minutes before we left, and he was doing pull. My God. It looks like it's the easiest thing in the world.
Isn't it crazy when you watch them do it and they do it Kyle's doing it and he's like stopping halfway and then going and then stop and I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, if I don't swing into it, I'm not getting anywhere.
No, oh my god. He looked like he was just like a machine, just like I was
it's
like,
so annoying.
how the fuck does he do that?
And then you go to do it and you're like, oh, that's easy. And then you like try and pull up and you're like,
I didn't even. I'm the biggest I've ever been. So I, like honestly, that kind of made me a little bit proud of myself though when I was doing the bouldering, because I was like, okay, like I right now I'm a bit of a hefty woman in comparison to how I had like only when looking back at my size exclusively in the past. And so the fact that I could still like lift my body weight, even if it was certainly not elegantly, I was like, oh, thank God. Okay. So like there's a little bit of like,
you're
like,
good.
Yeah, I've lost a lot of strength, but it does make me motivated to gain it back. And it was nice to know that I wasn't as far gone as I thought I was.
Yeah.
But then we were doing some of the strength training exercises that my partner and I used to do together. And like he would like hand me the pulley and then I would be like, okay. And then he'd let go and I would go, you have to come back. You have to come back and take it out of my hands. I can't. This is not the same thing.
He's doing it from his weight.
No, it was mine, but it was just like he would hand it to me and then he would let go to have me start doing the reps. And it used to be,
is that what you're talking about?
It was like an oblique. So it was like a pulley and then he'd hand it to me and I'd have to like rotate and tap into my obliques. And I used to be able to do that like pretty well with more weight on it than I had. And then he let go and I went, you have to come back. You have to come back. This is not going to work for me. No. I wrote down like a list of things throughout the week of what I wanted to talk about on the podcast.
I have something to rant about, unless you want to.
So I'll tell you mine really quickly because mine's short, and then I want you to rant because I'm laughing.
I have a prepared rant.
Okay, perfect. Because the only thing that I see is this is directed at you. When I see that your Pinterest board of me isn't updated, I assume I'm dead to you. Because I think a few days ago I was checking and I saw that it had been 4 months since you last put a pin. So I was like, oh, she just must not be thinking about me. We text almost every day, but she must not fucking care about how I am.
Yeah.
And what I'm up to.
When the answer is, I haven't been on Pinterest, right?
Yeah. I know. And then I see that like the most updated one is of Kyle, like the board you have for Kyle. And I'm like, oh, well, she's thinking about him. So that must be nice for him. Great.
That's so funny. What's really funny, extra funny about that was before I came onto the pod, Kyle joked about texting you being like, you can't have her. Because we had been doing stuff all day and we had just sat down to like watch TV. And I was there for like 10 minutes watching the TikToks that he had sent me. And I was like, okay, time to go. And he was like, no. He was just being dramatic. But that makes it even funnier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I check your Pinterest of me though, too.
Yeah.
And you don't update it for me.
I know. I know it's a double
You're like, yeah, but that's a coincidence.
It is because I hadn't been adding pins on Pinterest. I was checking people's Pinterest boards of me to see if they were thinking about me.
Yeah, couldn't be the same.
Neither of you were. Neither of you could have cared.
I do love checking people's Pinterest though.
Yeah, it's nice. It's fun. I get to be like, okay, are you thinking about me or are you thinking about your future wedding? It's like the two.
You need to save my Pinterest for my blog now. You need
to get blog inspiration. Everyone, go check out our Noni's blog. It's really good. Really, really good. You want to plug it?
New.
Say what it is.
It's called Artemis Again. It's just artemisagain.com.
She's got the .com.
It's fun. It's still new. So there's not too much on there. It's book reviews. It's stuff that I'm writing. I will this week start putting up food that I make and different recipes and stuff.
You can talk about the bread.
Of course I'm going to talk about the bread.
Yeah, she's a bread woman. She's making bread left and right.
I make bread. However, my masterpiece is my bolognese. So that's my best recipe.
What is it?
Meat sauce. Bolognese.
Oh, okay. So I thought it was like a special original recipe. It's just
It's
really.
it's my recipe, yeah, and I think it's really good.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I'm down. I'll make it.
All right, so here's my rant this week.
Tell me.
It's full blown. I already gave it once today. Every time I talk about it, I go on another rant. It's actually. I'm gonna start talking really fast too.
So excited, guys! I love when Arnone gets mad.
Okay,
I'm ready.
So I graduated from my master's. I finished the master's in February. Technically, it was conferred.
Yes.
I am walking for graduation in the spring because they only do spring walk, and that's fine. I had to apply to graduate, which we had to do in undergrad. But that still bothers me as a concept. Applying to graduate. Also, I mentioned it to my dad today, and he was like, well, he didn't walk for his graduation, so they sent it to him. So he was like, so I had to get that. And I was like, no, you have to apply to be able to walk. You have to apply to leave the school.
Yeah.
It's absurd.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's my goal when I started at the school. That application put in from the start. Ridiculous concept in itself. Just, there's no need for that. Apparently, they didn't used to do that, says my dad, because he'd never heard of that. So you should check with your parents, see if they know about it, because that alone fuels my rage.
Yeah. So
applying to graduate?
Yeah.
And paying? You took enough.
Yeah.
So there's that. So for our undergrad, where we went to, when you applied to graduate, you kind of did everything within that. Like, you applied to graduate, and then they were like, here's the ceremony, here's the link to get your robes, here's your tickets, but like, it was all connected.
Yeah, it was pretty organized.
Not at my master's school. There, I had to apply to graduate for one, which missed the deadline obviously, because because I can't do that in time. I missed it in undergrad too, because I think it's a stupid concept and I refuse to think about it.
God, you also missed it.
Because I didn't know that concept existed. Yeah. And I got an email for it and I thought it was a scam, because that's absurd. So, oh my God. So I missed that. So then I had some woman who works there.
4 years later, lesson not learned.
No. Also, because graduation, I'm walking now in May. I finished in February. I was supposed to apply by early December.
Yeah.
I'm busy. What are you talking about? There's enough people who work at that school to do it.
Yeah.
You're getting paid. I've given you enough money for you to put that through for me. Frankly.
Yeah.
You've sucked me dry.
Yes.
So
right.
You can do that for me.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. I had to send an email with my advisor. We talked to this woman who works in the office, and we were like, is it okay? And she was like, yeah, I'll put that through. And I was like, oh, so easy. Why would I have to do that myself when it's so easy for you to do it?
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's that. Apply to graduate first. Then you have to apply to attend the ceremony. Separate application.
That's crazy.
Then you have to apply to reserve the tickets for the ceremony.
They're not just given to you once you've sorted out?
No. And
that's why.
Yeah. So you have to go in and request them. I had to request them. I had to go through Ticketmaster.
Oh my God. Like, it's a concert?
I had to make an account.
Jesus.
Through Ticketmaster to reserve these, which is annoying because there's enough people who work at the school to do that internally. They don't need to outsource that.
Yeah.
And it's not like I paid for the tickets. Like, you get your tickets.
If you had to pay for the tickets, you would have a conniption.
If I had to pay for the tickets, no one would be attending.
I would have killed them all. Yeah.
Frankly, you guys wouldn't be going because I'm not paying for that.
Yeah.
Absurd.
We'll just have a barbecue near the place. Near the school. Yeah.
So, had to go in and get the tickets, had to reserve them, not pay for them. If I'm not paying for them, why am I going through Ticketmaster? I had to put in a special code so that it would be free with my ID. And I was like, why does Ticketmaster have a special code for me?
Right.
This is unnecessary. The school itself can just email me the tickets.
Yeah.
No. Also, the worst part of that, another part about that bothers me, is general admission in the auditorium. It's not reserved seating. It's not like there's a special spot. It's first come, first serve. And yet I had to reserve these tickets, specially through Ticketmaster. You couldn't have just emailed them to me?
Yeah, that's crazy to do all those hoops for.
I was supposed to like order them. I was supposed to like reserve them myself and then transfer them to the person who's going to be there. So I had to like send a link. Instead, I just had Kyle like log into my account.
Yeah. Because in my master's program, like it was GA as well, but all of this was done like through the portal. Yeah.
In a streamlined process where they're all connected.
Correct.
So I was supposed. Okay, so I had to apply.
Ticketmaster having a hernia.
I had to apply to graduate.
Yeah.
Back in November, missed that, but did it. I was supposed to apply for the ceremony, separate application, by like mid-April. I'd done that a little bit earlier, but it was like April 15th was the deadline.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. The tickets, I just reserved them today, but that's fine. I was supposed to order the robes that I was supposed to wear early March before I'm supposed to even apply for the ceremony. So I missed that, obviously. So,
I understand your plights and they are valid, but so far it's just you listing deadlines that you've missed.
Because they're dumb deadlines.
I know. It's just,
and then somehow I'm the bad guy who has to pay more. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, well, no, I made 2 deadlines.
Yes. Yeah.
But I did miss 2.
You're 2 out of 4 for sure. Yeah, you're batting 50.
It doesn't get better than that.
And it never will.
So I like, it was like once I had applied for the ceremony, I was like, okay, let me go on the website and see what else I need to do. Like, what are the next steps? Because that would be the next steps after applying for the ceremony. And it was like, if you're going to order your robes after 3/10, March 10th, I was like, so early. You have to like specially order them. And if it's later than that, you can only get them in person at the bookstore. And I was like, okay, well.
Oh, yeah, I had to do that. Yeah.
So
you can't do that.
I was like, can't do that.
That's a long walk for you. Yeah.
So then I called the bookstore because I was like, we're going to have to figure this out. Because I was like, I don't know what you want from me. Like, there's no shot. I'm the only one who's been in this situation. It's a ginormous school.
Yeah.
So I call, goes to voicemail, and they say that there's not enough staff there to like man the phones. So you need to send an email to this email with your inquiry, and they will get back to you when they're available.
No wonder they're making you do everything. No one's fucking there.
People working at that school. That school has billions.
Mm-hmm.
So that's annoying. Also, the president has a golden elevator. So.
Oh my god, it's just like undergrad. Why do all the presidents have golden elevators? What's that
drives
about?
Me crazy.
Yeah.
This school gets millions, not just from the students that they're ripping off,
right.
but the government.
Yeah.
And government contracting. It has so much money. Why is it understaffed? That's ridiculous. So then I send an email with everything going on. I'm not going to be there in person in time. Can I order them over the phone and then pick them up when I get there? Because there's no point in you mailing them down here when I'm just going to get back there. Can you just like reserve them for me? I know you've got the space for them because they're there right now. So
yeah.
I sent an email with everything and she's like, yeah, we can do that. But then, so she's like, we can do all that. Another thing I asked in the question or in the first email, because this is another thing that is driving me crazy. The robes to get everything is $120.
Yeah, I know.
Cannot rent them.
Yeah.
No rental options. That's a scam.
Yeah, I know.
That's absurd.
Yeah.
It's a black robe. And then it was like, if you order them after March 10th, we can't be assured that it'll like be the right size and it'll fit you. I was like, fit me? It's a robe that looks like everyone's drowning in it. Fit me? What are you talking about? What is it, shapely?
It has a waist. So it's $120.
Cinching the waist? So that bothered me because I was like $120 for this? And I can't rent. There's no rental option.
I know. I had to do
that.
No
return.
I know.
And something I'm literally never going to wear again. You can't even and it's like the worst material.
Yeah, it's the
and it's not even like
bullshit.
It's not even like a wedding dress that you can like repurpose.
I was just about to say nobody is trying on their cap and gown again.
Yeah, doing like a redo, like a thing again where you want to like try it on in 5 years, or like repurposing it into something else. Like
that episode of Friends goes crazy when the girls try on their caps and gowns again and eat cookie dough.
Exactly. So I was like, this is dumb.
Yeah,
I'm not paying $120 for this. So in the original email, I said, can I order only parts of it and not order the whole set? Because the only thing I need specifically from the school is the tassel, and the master's hood.
Yeah,
that like because those are specific to your schools, but it's a black robe.
Yeah.
So I ordered it online. I ordered one for like $30 online today.
Nice.
And
so
then I'm gonna
they let you order just the hood and
so
the
when
tassel?
So when she responded, she said you can order just pieces of it. That's fine.
Nice.
Because I would imagine I don't know yet. It's probably gonna be like $70.
Probably.
For literally no reason.
Just
for material that took $20 to make, probably non-ethically in China.
Yeah, I mean, an iPhone takes $50 to make. So
so this is a scam, and I refuse to be a part of it. So I ordered it online for $30, and I'm going to return it after.
That's smart.
Because this is stupid. The only thing is that it won't have the school's emblem on it.
Who cares?
Which I don't care about. I don't care at all.
You're wearing the hood anyway. Like,
I had to borrow my dad's Amazon account because I don't have Amazon. I don't use it, and this is like one of those weird things that I'm going to need it for.
Yeah,
because there's no other place online that I'm going to be able to order this from.
No. It's just no.
And get it in time, and it's nondescript. Like, so I told him, I was like, that's going to be coming to your place because I refuse to be a part of this scam. Other than the master's hood I want and the tassel that's like specific to mine. So I ordered it for $30 and I got the gown and the cap.
Proud of you.
And then I'm just going to return it afterwards because I don't need it. So this whole thing is driving me crazy. The whole process, they're making it so complicated. I still haven't talked to this bookstore woman to order the stuff because, this was the other thing, a part of the email that she sent me. She sends me this email at 3:50 on Thursday afternoon. And she says, so I'm obviously at work at that time.
For sure.
And she says, call me by 5. Or and I won't be in tomorrow, or we can call next week. So she gave me 1 hour to call her when I was at work.
That's crazy.
And not even like a next day option.
Right.
Because you emailed me in the late afternoon.
Yes.
And expected me to contact you within the hour.
Yeah.
So I emailed back. I was like, yeah, let's set up a time for next week. Why don't you tell me your schedule that works? Because clearly yours is the one restricted.
It's causing problems. Yeah.
So I haven't even gotten in contact to know like how much it is or what. And I was like, I can't do this. So the whole thing's driving me crazy. There's just like all of those steps are separate steps and all these different things. And it's so irritating. And I don't know why they're making it so complicated. And it's like, and then when you talk to someone, they're like, oh yeah, we can do this easily. And I'm like, why is that not the process? Why are you not? Like, you have all these people that work there, not in places where I need them to, like the bookstore.
Nowhere that is relevant.
Just in offices.
Yes.
But they're not doing the work of the graduation. Ticketmaster is, apparently, because they don't have enough.
That's so weird.
So that was annoying. And then, so that whole thing's annoying with the school. And then on top of that, this is just something else because it's a part of this that is annoying. I ordered a dress online for what I wanted to wear. I wanted to have a strapless white dress that was like midi, like
cute,
like calf, like nice, simple dress. Strapless dresses and anything that is one piece like that obviously is weird on me. Possibly. So it takes more thought to decide if it's going to fit because I have the top of a 10-year-old and the
badonkadonk of an absolute Greek goddess. Yes.
So like small top, large bottom.
Yeah.
And that makes one pieces strapless or whatever, like that makes those things frustrating. So I went on this site and I used the size guide and I was really like specific and I checked it like 4 times before doing it. And it was that I was going to need a medium and it said it fits tight. So I was like, okay, well, if it fits tight around the waist, then I'm going to need a medium and I can maybe like pull in the top.
Right.
I ordered it. It got here. It doesn't fit at all. Not even it's so too big. And like and then around the waist it's like because I was like, okay, well maybe if it's like normal around the waist then I can just like pull in the top and that'll be fine. No, the whole thing just looks way too big on me.
Wow.
And it's like it doesn't match the size guide or it looks different than it looked on the model or whatever. Like so I was like, okay, well I'm gonna have to get it altered. If I'm going with this dress I'm gonna get it altered and all this stuff. And I was like, this is so complicated. So then this past weekend I was like, I had the dress for like maybe 5 days while I was deciding if I was going to return it and get a new dress or alter it. Talked to this woman at work and she was like, no, you have to get it altered. It'll fit perfectly after that. It'll be really nice. And I was like, okay. So then this weekend I was going to go get it altered like on Saturday. So then Saturday I take off the tag because I had left the tag on there all week while I was trying to decide. And then I was like, okay, we're going to go get it altered. So I'll take off the tag. Alteration stores in the entire city closed on the weekend. So I was like, that's fine. I'll do it Monday. That's
fine.
I'm not in a time crunch. Today, Kyle and I go to the store and I see a jumpsuit. Like strapless jumpsuit thing that has like a nice top. Try it on, looks great. I'd get way more wear out of it like after this, you know, like it has pockets, it's nice. And so I was like, okay, well I want that instead. Yeah. But I took the tag off yesterday.
True.
Literally yesterday. So I still sent them and then I go on the website and I was like, how do I return it? I have to send an email. I'm so sick of these an email. What? And it was like, you have to send an email to request. And I was like, is this not 2025? Is there not a button?
No.
I would like to return.
Nope.
Send me the package. So then I had to send an email that was literally this order with the order number. This dress does not fit. I need to return it. What's the process? Yeah. And that's it. Because why are they making it more complicated? Yeah. And I found the tag because I had thrown it out and I got the tag and I'm going to figure out how to reattach that because it just doesn't fit. And if they're going to make a big thing of it, I'm just going to be relentless probably and be like, I can't wear this dress.
I'm going to go ballistic.
Because it's just another thing in the graduation process that is driving me crazy. Yeah. And then I like found this thing today. It's perfect. And I was like, of course, the day after I take the tag off when I left the tag on specifically like all week, just in case.
That's always how it goes. It's crazy.
So that's everything.
Oh my God. This is also going to piss you off. So my sister, her school, when she graduated for undergrad, they made you apply, and part of the apply to graduate process was you had to create your alumni account and do an initial donation to the school. And if you did not do the donation, then you did not get your account and you could not apply for graduation. I was like, I think that's extortion. And she was like, it is. That's exactly what it is.
I would cause such a riot.
I know.
Oh my God. Especially because like I know her school is not short on funds.
No. It's a Southern school. Are you kidding?
Oh my God. I would make such a complaint until they get rid of it. I would
Yeah. I mean
I'm sure plenty of people try to. I would just
like,
fine, I'll never graduate.
We were talking about it on Easter because my brother is graduating college and there's there's all these deadlines and my brother is not one for deadlines.
I'd certainly miss him.
I'd miss him. Yeah. It's for some people they're on it. For some other people, it's like, this is a very bossy suggestion that I will not stand for.
It's just, I'm doing other things.
Yeah.
Why can't you do this? It's your only job is to get me through the school.
Yeah. But
like, I don't feel like a arrogant person saying that. But like,
absolutely not.
It is your job.
It really, I mean, and I feel like this is just becoming more and more apparent as like things progress in our world. But like, I don't know. I just feel like with colleges these days, you get less and less of what you're paying for. Like, it's just
sometimes I'm like, if I could go back in time, I don't know if I'd go at all.
No, don't say that. We never would have met.
I know. That's literally the only thing that makes me think it's worth it.
I mean, honestly.
Obviously I've learned stuff for sure, and I'm better for it. But like, I met you, met Kyle.
Yeah.
So I guess that's what makes college worth it. But like, I would tell people, if I knew people now in high school, I'd be like, don't go.
Yeah.
Don't waste
go
your
to
time.
go to trade school.
Go to a trade school.
Yeah, do what your sister did. She was like, no, not for me. That seems really expensive and like a waste of time. I'm just going to be really, really good at the thing that I like to do.
And you'll probably end up making more money unless you go to college, unless you get literally a full ride.
Yeah.
And they'll just pay for all of it. And you're getting a degree that makes $100,000 out of school.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing is just like...
Truly could not be me. Please subscribe to my Patreon. Guys, please. I'm making good stuff for you.
Yeah, do it.
You get to pick how much you pay.
And she's got the best content.
And I've got good content. The only main negative comment is that I talk too much.
Oh no.
Which is so fair. I am chatty. That is for sure.
That's literally what they're there for. So
yeah. I thought so.
To hear you speak.
Even by the chatty standards, people are like, all right, let's relax with all
she
that.
yaps.
With those loose lips, those loose, thin, villainous lips. Let's calm down. Yeah, that's crazy. I definitely do not miss that whole process, and mine was significantly easier than yours.
It's just so dumb because it already frustrates me that you have to like do, frankly, anything at all. When like realistically, it should just be confirm your name, confirm your address for when they send you your degree.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like, having to apply to go to the ceremony, I guess fine, because sometimes people don't go. People don't walk.
Yeah.
And especially at a school like mine that has a lot of international students, they probably just finish and leave.
Mm-hmm.
Applying to graduate at all
is crazy.
Every school does it. I don't understand. I don't. It should be, and having to pay, it should be you finish all of your classes and they send you an email and you confirm.
Yeah.
That's it. The whole process.
Because then what is the point of degree works then? Like, what is the point of like the school tracking like your GPA and how many credits you have left to graduate? Like that was honestly, when we were in undergrad, the most confusing thing to me about applying to graduate. Because I was like, don't you know? Like, aren't you? You've been looking at it this whole time. Like, this isn't just for me.
You told me when I was behind, or if I was.
You told me when I was going to lose my scholarship.
Yeah.
You know? And then, luckily, by the skin of my teeth, I got it back. But, like, I saved it. But, like...
It just doesn't make sense.
I mean, it's money. It's a money grab. Like, because kids can be disorganized, like,
sure.
And if you don't apply to graduate, then you have to stay on for another semester, and that's that.
It's like
that happened to someone I dated. Yeah, so like it can happen.
Because I thought I was bad. Yeah, and
that's happen. Like if
that's even worse that they would cheat you like that. That's such a cheat.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
No, you didn't apply, so you have to give us $20,000 more.
Yeah,
when it's not like those extra credits are going to serve you. Am I getting another degree? Like,
yeah,
it's like taxes. It's how like you have to do your own taxes, even though they know the number. And if you're wrong, like you have to guess and be like, I think it was this much, and they're like, yeah, or no, go to jail.
Yeah, I don't believe in taxes. I think we should abolish them. You pay tax. You pay tax when you buy shit. Like, just have that take the money from us there.
Well, usually you get a return.
Yeah.
Usually because it's with your paycheck. Like, usually it's your paycheck. Your agency withholds.
Yeah.
Based on what they think that you'll have to give, and then you get your tax return. What they should do is just send you a letter that says, here's your money and a check. This is what other countries do. Or they send you a blank check or like a slip, and they're like, you send us this much.
Yeah.
That's what other countries do. Schools are the same. It's just all, and it's putting me in, this is the thing. Like, remember in undergrad when I was so frustrated about this and then we had to walk and I was like, this is dumb. It's going to be the same thing. And I'm not even going to get to sit next to you. You're just going to be sitting with Kyle laughing about how annoyed I am.
See, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah,
I
that'll be
love.
great.
Yeah, I'm
That'll be
looking
great.
forward to that camaraderie and memory.
You guys
You
will
know,
be, like, fuming, and I will be. I'm gonna be texting you like,
yeah.
everything is stupid.
I
If
love sitting with Kyle. Remember when he was telling you how to back out of a spot and you got mad and then you accidentally hit the car behind us?
It was a weird parking lot.
It was. But the funniest part was he really was giving you grief, and then you hit that car and he went mute. He was like, did not perceive that occurring here and now in
Does
this
that.
timeline.
We were just talking about that today, about
my
him
God.
going mute. He'll do that. Because like it started because Jesse's kids have taken on her expression where like when she can't hear you or she doesn't understand you, she goes, "What?"
Yeah,
And her kids do that. Jillian, her best friend, hates that.
really.
She hated, and so Jesse was like, "Yeah, I don't know why." Like Will started doing it, and Jillian was like, "I know why."
That's funny.
And Jesse does it, and so her and I were talking about it, and I was like, "Yours might be better though because I just go, huh."
Yeah.
Like I'm a huh, and that's so much worse.
Yeah, that's
And
worse.
it's so instinctive. Like I'll just be like, huh?
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah. Like put on a flannel and call me a lumberjack. That's
It's horrible.
Yeah.
And then Kyle was there and he was like, "What do I do?" Or Jesse asked what he does. And I was like, he just goes quiet. He'll just wait for you to clarify. He just won't tell you. And you're like, "Did you understand?" And he goes,
I mean, yeah. You've met my partner. How many words have you heard him say?
literally 2. And it was hello and then
Hi,
bye.
Nina. Hi, Nina. Bye, Nina.
I don't know why they do this.
I don't know. It's just, I mean, listen, there's plenty of men in the world who talk when they should not.
That's
So,
true. These ones are just making up for it.
but this is frustrating because these are the ones who I actually like what they say, and then they're just like,
You're like, "What do you think?" And they're like,
no, I got nothing to add. Don't worry. You're so pretty.
"Oh, that's funny."
Oh,
Yeah. All in all, I think graduation will be fun.
It'll be a lot of fun. I'm so excited. I get to see you twice in a month. Bless.
Wow.
Thank you so much for listening to Office Hours, guys. It feels good to be back. In our mutual offices. Yeah, we'll be back on our bullshit in the coming weeks. So stay tuned.
See you soon.
Bye.